Hey y'all, before I start, like always, I do have a shout out. This shout out goes to someone in my youth run NOLA group. Shock, surprise, surprise. But this shout out's going to a really important person, to Caitlin Jones. I was so proud of you. On Friday when you were running, you ran the entire time and you pushed yourself even though you wanted to give up. So huge shout out to you for showing perseverance. All right, we're going to jump into today's video lesson. Today we're going to review how to multiply and divide expressions that are written in scientific notation. So the first one is 8 times 10 to the third divided by 4 times 10 to the 8th. I know that this is a division problem because this is written as a fraction. This fraction bar means to divide. I know how to divide my whole numbers and I know how to divide my exponents. I'll start with my whole numbers. 8 divided by 4, 8 divided by 4. Well, I know that 8 divided by 4 is 2. So this will simplify to 2. And next I need to divide my exponents. 10 to the third divided by 10 to the 8th. Now, when I'm dividing exponents and the bases are the same, I know that I can subtract my exponents. And I want to be real careful here. Whenever the numerator is bigger than the denominator, I always want to write it out. So 3 minus 8. Well, think about what we know. Are there more good guys or bad guys? If there's more bad guys, this will be negative. 3 minus 8, how much bigger is 8 than 3? Well, it's 5. So this is negative 5. So this simplifies to 2 times 10 to the negative 5th power. We'll do one more example with dividing. This time I have 5 times 10 to the negative 3rd power. I'm going to divide by 2 times 10 to the negative 8th power. I know that this is division because this is a fraction. Let's start with our whole numbers. 5 divided by 2. Well, I can't do 5 divided by 2 perfectly because 2 doesn't go into 5. So I'm going to do some long division. I'll put top goes in, bottom goes out. 2 goes into 5 2 times. 2 times 2 is 4. 5 minus 4 is 1. I want this to be a decimal, so I'm going to add a decimal here and add a 0. Then I'll bring my decimal point straight up. Now I can bring down a 0. 2 goes into 10 5 times. 5 times 2 is 10. That gives me that nice 0. So I know that this simplifies to 2.5, or 2 and 5/10. Perfect. Now I will do the same thing with my exponents. I need to divide my exponents. And when I'm dividing exponents, I know that I can subtract. I'm going to write this down because I see negatives and I don't want to mess up. I have negative 3, and I am subtracting. This is where most people get tripped up. I'm subtracting negative 8. So I have negative 3 minus negative 8. Well, I know that these two negatives make a positive. So this is negative 3 plus 8. Are there more good guys or bad guys? There are more good guys. So I know it's going to be positive. 8 minus 3 is 5. So this will simplify to 2.5 times 10 to the 5th power. That is reviewing division. Now let's review some multiplication. Having 2 times 10 to the negative 3rd multiplied by 3 times 10 to the negative 8th. I am multiplying my two expressions. I'm going to start with my whole numbers. 2 times 3, well, that gives me 6. Now I'm going to multiply my exponents. I know that when I'm multiplying my exponents and the bases are the same, that I can add my exponents. I'm going to write this out. I have negative 3 plus negative 8, negative 3 plus negative 8, 3 bad guys, 8 bad guys. That means there's a total of 11 bad guys. This becomes 6 times 10 to the negative 11th power. Let's do one more example of multiplying. Let's do 7 times 10 to the negative 3rd power times 4 times 10 to the 6th power. Again, I'm multiplying these two expressions. It's shown right here. Let's multiply my whole numbers first. 7 times 4. 7 times 4 is 28. Now I'm multiplying my exponents, and when I multiply exponents, I know that I can add my exponents. -3 plus 6. Are there more good guys or bad guys? There's more good guys. 6 minus 3, +3. 28 times 10 to the third power, 28 times 10 cubed. Now I should be pausing and saying, something's not quite right here. Why is this not in scientific notation? This is not in scientific notation because this number does not fall in between 1 and 9. So I want to change this number so that it does fall in between 1 and 9. If I have a whole number, the decimal point just goes after that whole number. And right now that's in the wrong spot. Although it would work if my decimal point was in between my 2 and my 8. So I'm going to change 28, and I'm going to make it 2.8. So now I need to think. I went from 28 to 2.8. Did I make this number bigger, or did I make it smaller? I made it smaller. So if I made this smaller by one place value, I can't just keep everything else the same because it's a completely different number then. I need to balance out my expression. If I made this one place value smaller, then to balance it out, if I have one smaller, I need to make my exponent one place value larger. So I made my number smaller, which means my exponent becomes 1 higher. I get 2 8/10 times 10 to the 4th power. That is my expression in scientific notation. Let's do one more problem together. It's another multiplication one. No, we're not going to do one more together. You have the rest of the packet to work on and then bring it up when you rotate. Good luck.